Next guest has been helping vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance prep for this evening's debate by assuming the role of his opponent, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. Joining us right now on what to expect from tonight's face-off, House Majority Whip, Congressman Tom Emmer. Good morning to you. J.D. Vance said that he didn't need much prep. I saw that this morning in Politico. So I don't know.
I would agree with that.
You guys were doing this over Zoom. Is that how this was happening? He said he was in Cincinnati at home?
No, we did not do it over Zoom.
Okay. There was something going on with Zoom yesterday.
Well,
that he was talking about.
That's something with the Vance team. No, what I did, my small part, is we spent the last month going through every debate Tim Walz has done since he started running for Congress.
Right.
I had to learn his favorite phrases, had to learn his mannerisms. And then literally my job was to show J.D.
Did you watch SNL this weekend?
I saw a little piece of it. And I'm stealing Joe's line, jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
He's excited.
Can you do it? Do your best impression. Come on.
I don't.
Tom,
my job was to make sure that I showed J.D. what he's going to do. Tim is going to rely on his folksy personality, this character that he plays. He's not going to get into substance. He will constantly turn it back with this folksy whatever. And J.D., I'm very confident J.D. is going to wipe the floor with him because he's going to go back to the economy, the border, crime.
And you're not. You don't. Would you be surprised if he actually is very substantive?
Who? Walz?
Walz, yeah.
Oh, no. Andrew, he's going to sound substantive. This idea that they're going to fact-check each other it's wrong because nobody's going to fact-check Tim Walz, and they should.
You're saying nobody will but do you think that J.D. Vance will fact-check him? I mean, is that part of the strategy?
I think J.D. Vance is going to concentrate on the issues that Americans care about the most. Rather than getting into some high school debate, I think he's going to be talking to the American people about what Donald Trump did in his first term with the economy and the border and safety and security around the world, what Harris and Biden have broken in the last 4 years, and how he and Trump are going to fix it.
What are it always seems like during a debate, there's sort of like 3 points that everybody goes back to, that you always sort of like revert to no matter what the question really is. What are like the 3 things are those the 3 issues that he's supposed to revert to? Again,
I'm not going to put words in J.D.'s mouth, but J.D. is out east, we would call him a wicked smart guy. And he's going to focus on how the border was secure under Trump. It's not under Kamala Harris. How the economy was working for everyone under Trump. It's not working for everyone under Harris.
How involved was former President Trump with these debate prep plans?
It wasn't involved with mine.
Not at all?
No. You'd have to ask J.D. if they were having conversations. But I think President Trump picked J.D. because he knows J.D. is really good on this stuff, and he'll be a great spokesperson for the campaign.
When I was going to mention to you when I saw you out there, when you were first, your name came up for Speaker, and I saw pictures of you, and then when Tim Walz got it, they're both avuncular, kind of Midwestern, kind of great, but it stopped there. Once I saw him, I think the very first time he walked out with crazy, there's a meme with Chris Farley walking down it ended there. You don't remind me of each other at all anymore. That's
very reassuring because you need to understand, Tim Walz is very likable when you initially meet him. He's outgoing. He kind of plays the folksy, ag-friendly outdoorsman, kind of the guy next door. But as people get to know him and his policies, they do not like him. He is not popular.
Congressman, if you're going to talk about favorability and likability, I mean, J.D. Vance is coming in with some of the worst polling numbers in terms of whether people like him or not. If he is very prosecutorial, very lawyerly, as you're suggesting in this debate tonight, does that win for him in terms of likability and whether people will vote for him?
I think the polling that you're talking about is because people have not been introduced to Tim Walz. He's just recently been installed.
These are J.D. Vance's numbers.
Well, but hear me out. Yeah. Nobody had Tim Walz on their bingo card, and he shows up. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, look at this guy. He's got all kinds of energy, whatever. Nobody's talking about issues. Again, as people get to know Tim Walz, They do not like him.
How much did
J.D. Vance, I think tonight will be his chance to introduce himself.
How much did you discuss trying to appeal to suburban women, and how do you do that if you're going to at all?
So that's his team. My job was to show him exactly what Governor Walz is going to do.
Okay, but that is a major issue for J.D. Vance. Suburban women in America, huge issue. You can look at the polls, you know the issue. If you're him, what is he?
Just like men, men are a real issue for Kamala. Yeah.
Well, but
look. Let's talk. But like that's 60,
the issue. 60-30.
So let's talk about the issue. What do you do?
These voters that you're talking about are going to vote on their pocketbook and on their safety and their security. It was good for them under the Trump administration. It has been awful under the Harris-Biden administration. And I think the theme you're going to hear is Donald Trump fixed it once. You broke it. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are going to fix it again.
If it were, Andrew, honestly, if it were to turn out that Kamala Harris and if they were to lose, if Kamala Harris loses, and I have no idea the probability. I think the postmortem goes back to Shapiro. I honestly do.
Oh, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, and I think, and if this was going to be Shapiro versus Vance tonight, it'd be a whole.
It would be a different story.
But is it also the same story for Donald Trump? If he loses, does it affect
I think Vance is. I don't know. He's grown into maybe there's still the abortion thing with certain women.
Just the latest polling aggregate shows Vance down 11 points, Walz up by 3.7. Right. But they do admit that fewer voters know and have made up their mind about Walz. But you've got 5 weeks to go.
But if you lose Michigan. And it flipped. And if you don't even win Michigan and you didn't pick Shapiro because you were worried about Michigan, and then you lose Michigan, I think that's where you go back and the Democrats who do not like to lose, that will be the postmortem, was not picking Shapiro. I don't know. That's just, what do I know? Nothing.